Will police body-worn cameras have an effect on use of force? By Krystal. The current investigation provides an evaluation of the effect that police body-worn cameras have on reported use of force incidents. Previous research has shown that the implementation of body-worn cameras result in lower prevalence of use of force. Using pre-recorded data, reported use of force incidents from the police departments and the Department of Justice, the relationship between body-worn cameras and use of force is analyzed. Research on topics in the current study is limited, but the research does seek to find a relationship between body-worn cameras and use of force. Results of these studies suggest that the deterrent effect is taken on use of force when body-worn cameras are brought into the equation. One caveat of this research is that very little research is available, and of those available, they use data from the same police departments. This proposal is different because it will collect data on reported use of force incidents in 2018 from 5 police departments with body-worn cameras and 5 police departments without them. The design of this research is non-experimental, and it will be conducted on the organization level due to the focus on individual departments in California. The independent variable of this research are body-worn cameras, and the attributes are whether or not the departments implemented body-worn cameras. This is then evaluated to see if there is an effect on the dependent variable, the dependent variable being the amount of reported use of force incidents, and these numbers will be compared cross-sectionally to determine whether there is a relationship between body-worn cameras and reported use of force incidents. Our sample will be a non-probability sample and will include a total of 10 different California police departments, 5 of which who have implemented body-worn cameras and 5 of which who have not. This will be a purposive sample to maintain statistical similarity in population because it is imperative that all departments have an equally diverse demographic so that to ensure the validity of the results, and these departments will be chosen based on similarity. This is because the demographic concerns for our probability sample are race and gender. The chosen police departments for our non-probability sample include San Bernardino, Los Angeles, Sacramento, Modesto, Oakland, Stockton, Riverside, Alameda, Ceres, and Moreno Valley. The first concept of this study is body-worn cameras, which can be defined as small recording devices that document the interactions between law enforcement officers and the public, suspects, and victims. And the evaluation of body-worn cameras will be per capita, so we will be looking at the amount of body-worn cameras per individual or police officer inside a police department. The second concept is use of force and can be broadly defined as the required amount of effort to make a non-compliant subject comply. And it will be measured in this study by the amount of reported use of force incidents in 2018. All data for this study will be collected using agency records. To find the body-worn cameras per capita, we will be looking into the police department's data storage and contact individual departments to provide their data storage company so that we can gain permission to access their data. To gain records of reported use of force incidents, this will be collected from URSUS or URSUS, which is a web-based data collection system. And all law enforcement agencies are required to report use of force incidents onto this database. And to access this data or this information, you simply must have to search the web for URSUS reports, allowing all the data we need to be at our disposal. And to find the data for our demographics, we would simply just have to gain access to the employment records of every police department, because race and gender is a common aspect provided when applying for jobs. This study aims to determine if police body-worn cameras have an effect on use of force by comparing the amount of reported use of force incidents between 10 police departments. And although it's sound methods, there are some shortcomings, one of those being that the purpose of sampling may lead to a form of selection bias. There may be an inherent bias to select the police sectors that would provide the best risks for our study. There also may be other possible influences, such as community policing, that can explain the trend found in the use of force between the 10 police departments. Although there are these shortcomings, this study would provide more insight into a very limited topic